Number 2, is teaching a profession. Ulit. Is teaching a profession, an occupation. Ulit. Is teaching a profession, an occupation, Ay. Is teaching a profession, an occupational, occupation. Teaching is a profession, is teaching. Hi, I'm John Patrick, a future educator, secondary college, studying Bachelor Physical Education, and this is my educational blog. Due to this pandemic, we can attend face-to-face class, but we have the opportunity to have online class. And as today, I'm going to make an educational blog about teaching profession. Number 1 question, what is teaching profession? The teaching profession is an occupational field in education that is directly responsible for the formation of young hearts and minds. Is teaching a profession, an occupation, or a calling, or a job? As a future educator, we should know what we are studying. Yes, teaching is a profession, but also an occupation, because it opens an opportunity to us to gain money and support ourselves, but also a calling. Why so? Because I think I was born to be a teacher. I want to share my knowledge, be an inspiration and motivator to my students. Teaching is a job because you have the responsibility to make students learn. What is the role of the teacher in the society? A teacher is what the children look up to because we learn first from our home, but it will be developed in school. So many professionals like doctors, architect, engineer, and other professions was taught by teacher and was encouraged to be the better version of himself. And I believe that all this trait is within me because as a future educator, I want to inspire my students and to do great things. Teacher's role in classroom and in community. A teacher should make his or her student feel that they are appreciated and welcome as a family in the classroom. As a future educator, can make the student and the community participate through the learning of each student because community can also take part on the learning of the child by participating on some charities and projects that the barangay promote. Helping hand in hand with the community can make the student love learning because it doesn't only limit in school, but also learning can happen outside the school. And as a teacher, we can guide them so that they will know what they are doing and what the benefits they will get. With participating in the community, not only our student will learn, but also us as a teacher and as a future educator, we can also learn. What do you mean by a global teacher? Global education in the global teacher is a competent teacher who is armed with enough skills, appropriate attitude, and universal values to teach students with both time, tested as well as modern technologies in education in any place in the world. These skills that characterize globally competent teaching include: first, creating a classroom environment that values diversity. Second, integrating global learning experience into the curriculum. Third, facilitating intercultural conversation and partnership. Fourth, assessing student global competence development. What does global competence look like in a teacher? We began by gathering exemplary examples of knowledge, skills, and disposition that spell out global competence in educators. First, understanding one's own culture, identity, and influence on personal disposition and classroom practice. Second, knowing and integrating global dimension within the discipline one teaches. Third, engaging students in learning about the world and exploring their place in it. Fourth, using real-life global example, materials, and resources when considering local, national, and human issues. Fifth, valuing the input of culturally and linguistically diverse learners, families, and colleges, and modeling cultural sensitivity. 6. Creating environments that encourage positive cross-culture interaction. 7. Modeling society responsibility in local and global contexts. 8. Helping learners find appropriate action to improve local and global conditions. 9. Assessing learners' global competence and providing growth opportunity based on their levels of development. 10. Advocating for global education and social responsibility. What is your teaching philosophy from the 7 philosophies of education? The 7 philosophies of education are: first, perennialism. It's a teacher-centered educational philosophy that focuses on everlasting ideas and universal truths. Second, essentialism is the view that every entity has a set of attributes that are necessary to its identity and function. Third, progressivism. Believe that individuality, progress, and change are fundamental to one education, believing that people learn best from what they consider most relevant to their lives. Progressivists center their curricula on the needs, experience, interests, and abilities of students. Fourth, existentialism. In education is teaching and learning philosophy that focuses on the student, freedom and agency to choose their future. Fifth, behaviorism can also be taught as a form of classroom management. Behaviorists believe that if teacher provide positive reinforcement or rewards whenever students perform a desired behavior, they will learn to perform the behavior of their own. 6. Linguistic philosophy. Approach to philosophy common in the mid-20th century that tends to see philosophical problems as arising from inappropriate theoretical use of language and therefore as being resolved by detailed attention to common uses of expression. 7. Constructivism is a theory in education that recognizes the learner understanding and knowledge based on their own experience prior to entering school. My philosophy from those what I just mentioned is that progressivism, as a 21st century teacher, or should I say as a future educator, my strategy will be student-centered learning because I want my students to learn from me and also to learn by experience. There is a diversity in classroom and each of them has a different style in learning, strengths and weaknesses, culture, belief, and race. A progressivist teacher believes that the ideas of his or student matters that they gain knowledge from each other. I am a teacher who believes in my student capabilities. Again, this is Jan. Thank you Sir Zuriel for making this happen. Keep safe everyone and always bear in mind to teach is to touch heart and soul of the student that can change in their life forever.